Welcome back to my channel. I'm Todd.
I'm Todd. I'm Todd. I'm Todd.
I've mentioned a number of times now in different videos, Sleepaway Camp is genuinely one of my favorite movies of all time. It's the perfect slasher blend, with great kills and a truly terrifying ending, along with cartoonish over-the-top performances, baffling dialogue, and thoroughly shoddy production. Sleepaway Camp is the ultimate so bad it's good movie. I could gush about it for hours. But Sleepaway Camp isn't exactly underrated. It has its own status as a cult classic and a large number of fans. As you can tell from the title and the intro, Sleepaway Camp is not the topic of today's video. Instead, I want to spread the good word about another amazing guilty pleasure 80s slasher I think deserves more attention, and that movie is Blood Rage. The premise of Blood Rage is a simple one. When Terry's twin Todd escapes from an asylum, it's time for Terry to get out the old machete. If you want to just check out Blood Rage for yourself before I start to spoil things, in summary, I'd say this is a fun, prototypical slasher. There is plenty of bloody kills and sex scenes, terrible acting and writing, and no clear sense of direction or purpose. If you want to watch a movie slowly unravel before your eyes, check out Blood Rage. I promise there is never a dull moment. Now, if you aren't going to watch Blood Rage and you just want to listen to me speed run through all the stupidest moments this mess of a movie has to offer, well, then let's begin. Blood Rage opens at a drive-in and we get the title card Slasher. That's right, this movie changed names from Slasher to Blood Rage after production wrapped, and they didn't update the opening title card for the release. If that's not a great sign of things to come, I don't know what it is. We see a number of couples making out in their cars as the movie plays, including Miss Simmons, even though her two sons are sleeping right behind her. While it's mommy makeout day in the front seat, twin brothers Todd and Terry eventually wake up and escape out the back in order to get into some youthful shenanigans. What kind of tomfoolery do they get into? Do they mess with the projector or pull some other wacky prank on the other moviegoers? Well, technically yes. Terry takes the opportunity to grab a hatchet and start whacking a guy in the head over and over again. After this, Terry pulls yet another awesome prank, wiping the blood onto his brother, handing him the weapon, and framing him for murder, leading to Todd spending the next decade locked up for a crime he didn't commit. Terry truly is the ultimate prankster. Years later, the mom visits her son and brings him a pumpkin pie. Todd and his therapist reveal to her that they've had a breakthrough, and Todd has decided after spending his entire adolescence imprisoned, he's finally going to stand up for himself and actually admit he didn't kill that guy at the drive-in. However, the mom refuses to believe him, and distraught, Todd destroys the pumpkin pie between his fingers. Back home, we see an older Terry playing football with his girlfriend and friends. Party girl Andrea runs by and introduces herself to Terry, and you can immediately tell she's pretty cool because she's wearing 2 headbands. Andrea says her and her mom are new in town, so Terry invites them to the Simmons family Thanksgiving feast. At the dinner, the mother announces her and boyfriend Bill are getting married, which after all these years of peace and tranquility, sets Terry into a blood rage. After the engagement announcement, there is a second reveal, a phone call that Todd has escaped from the asylum and he is on his way home.
Looks like you're gonna get a chance to meet the rest of the family. My psychotic brother just escaped.
Shortly after, Todd's doctor and an overly gun-happy security guard arrive to search for Todd. From here, this movie plays out in typical slasher fashion. Once people are separated from the larger group, Terry hunts and brutally kills them. And I'll say, as bad as it is in every other department, Blood Rage does have some pretty solid gore. Terry chops off his new stepdad's hand, Terry cuts this other guy's head off, Terry stabs this lady in the chest, Terry runs full speed and samurai slices through the doctor in one fell swoop. It's all pretty good stuff. While Terry is out slicing and dicing idiots who decided to take midnight strolls with a killer on the loose, the rest of the cast of characters spend their remaining time on Earth in a variety of ways. Terry's girlfriend Karen walks to his house to visit him. Instead, she spots Todd lurking outside and thinks he's Terry, despite him wearing different clothes and having different hair and having totally different body language, and him having a terrified expression on his face, and him not responding even once to her, and the fact she already knows Terry's identical twin brother is on the loose and coming back to this house. Despite all that, Karen chats to him like normal for a few minutes. Eventually, Karen does figure out it's Todd, not Terry, runs away, and catches up with the other friends. Karen and the friends spend the rest of the night fucking around while they wait for Terry, even though, again, everyone is well aware at this point there is a murderer on the loose and in the area. They drink, play video games, they go on walks, they play tennis. Andrea and a guy go to the bedroom to make out. Then her and the guy leave the bedroom to have sex on a diving board of all places. As you could probably guess, lifeguard Terry takes issue with this and pops out of nowhere to hack them to pieces. While everyone is fucking around, Todd spends his time wandering around the area, shortly behind Terry's path of carnage on his own useless side quest. The only time Todd really gets involved with the main story before the finale is when he tries to puzzle piece his therapist's top and bottom half back together. If you're wondering what the mother is doing throughout this movie, do not worry because I saved the best for last. The mother is the star of the show. This actress really gives an all-time great performance in this movie. Remember when Rooney Mara was praised for her performance in A Ghost Story, especially her infamous scene eating pie off the floor for 5 unbroken minutes? Well, the mom in Blood Rage did the same thing, but 30 years earlier. As a whole, the mom's storyline is really a treat to watch. She has no impact on the overall story. She just drinks tons of wine, eats food off the floor, vacuums, cleans the oven, drinks some more, passes out, wakes up, showers, drinks even more, and then spends multiple scenes tormenting a poor operator.
Look. You don't seem to understand. This is a real emergency. This is a real emergency. I mean, he is definitely there. He is waiting for my call right now. He is sitting there and waiting for my call. This is very important. Operator, I am begging you. This is a real emergency. Oh, great. That's a great idea. That's great. Oh, operator, thank you so much.
I would have thought she would be trying to call the police here, but instead she's just trying to get the operator to connect her to her boyfriend, Bill. She simply could walk over to Bill's office and check on Bill in person, but instead she screams at the operator for half an hour. Also, if I'm going to praise the mom, I have to give credit to the actor that played Terry/Todd. He has some of my favorite lines, line deliveries, and performance choices in this movie.
I guess the toast is in order.
Oh, a toast.
Here's to the new family.
You stop that.
It's not cranberry sauce, Artie. It's not cranberry sauce.
Once Terry kills all the unimportant characters, he finally turns his attention to Karen and reveals to her he was the real killer all along. We get a 10-minute chase scene where Karen runs, hides in a closet, knocks on a door, breaks into a home, fails to call the police, hits Terry in the nuts with a phone, steals a baby, runs some more, takes a break sitting by the pool with the baby, runs again, shoves the baby under a sink, hides in the toilet, fails to fire a gun, and gets thrown into a wall. After this triathlon, Todd arrives to confront Terry. They both wrestle and fall into a pool. The mom finally arrives, drunk off her ass, picks up the gun and shoots Terry, then shoots him again, and again, and again. The mom comforts her alive son, Todd. However, the twist reveals the mom thought she was actually shooting her son, Todd, and not shooting her son, Terry, a classic mix-up. This leads to our ending and the best part of this movie.
I'm Todd. I'm Todd.
No.
I'm Todd.
Oh, and if you're curious, Karen and her stolen baby do manage to escape. As I said in my spoiler-free review, Blood Rage is a lot of fun to watch. Even though I spoiled many aspects, I'd honestly still recommend you watch Blood Rage. It's hard to truly capture the magic of this kind of movie in a commentary video, and there are still aspects I didn't cover. If you stumbled upon this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I post new horror rants, commentaries, and deep dives on Fridays. On Saturdays, I post horror shorts. As well, on Mondays, I post quick 1-minute recommendations for horror movies available to watch on Shudder, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. Genuinely thank you for all the recent support. Subscriptions, likes, and comments really do help this channel grow. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.